What's going on today, guys? Welcome back to the channel. On today's episodes of Breakdowns of Brian, we are going to be going over my 2016 F-150. It has the 3.5 liter V6 in it with the twin turbos. Today I will be answering the question of, do you need to upgrade your exhaust manifolds, and um, what your exhaust manifolds should sound like if they need to be upgraded. The biggest giveaway is going to be when you're in the truck and you just started it and you go to take off, there's going to be like a chirping in there. So it'll sound kind of like crickets almost. And once the engine heats up, the exhaust manifold is going to expand along with the engine as well. So you're not going to really hear it after that, only when probably your first like 5 minutes of running, depending on the degree it is outside. Um, I'll see if I can get a short video, if I can catch it from the microphone on the phone. But we're going to go under it. I'm going to show you some broken exhaust manifold studs, because that is the biggest giveaway. The exhaust, or the turbo, sits on the very end of the exhaust manifold, and there's only one bolt holding that section on. The new upgrades that I'm going to show you in just a minute, and I'll give you the part numbers and everything that you're going to need for that. We are going to show you what the old ones have that, or the new ones have that the old ones don't have. So let's jump under the truck real quick and we'll get to it. All right, guys, so now that we're under the truck, we are on the passenger side. Here is your turbo, and then right here is the exhaust manifold, the very end of it. And there's the stud there. We will zoom in. As you can see, that exhaust stud no longer does anything. I am pretty excited that you can see the stud itself. As you can see, there's no nut on it anymore, but at least I'll be able to weld a nut onto it, like a bigger nut, and see if I can get that out. Now from this angle, I really can't see any of the other studs, because the right here is your turbo and everything is kind of behind up here. But this is the passenger side. So I hope the driver's side looks like that, because I know I can hear it more on the driver's side. So we will jump over to the driver's side real quick. All right, so when you are on the driver's side, you've got your transfer case here, you've got your exhaust here, and right above that, as you can see, you got your turbo there. And right above the turbo, right there, you can see that that exhaust stud is broken. Unfortunately, I can't see the stud itself, so I'm hoping that it hasn't broken off right from the engine. So just a quick backstory on it. I bought it from an older gentleman in northern Kentucky. I am in southern Ohio, probably about 2 hours away. So we do get a little bit of snow. So we do have salt that gets put on the road. Now, it does have 120,000 miles. It is a 2016. So if you have any other F-150s or Expeditions or Explorers or anything like that has the issue that I'm having, I'd be curious to see what your mileage and year is compared to mine and where you live. So put a comment down below, and I'd be interested in reading some of those. So I have already unboxed at least one of the manifolds. When they do package them, they put them in, and then they put that liquid foam in, so you know that when they do get to your house, there's not going to be any damage to them other than when you unpack them. Now, these are upgraded. The walls on the inside are thicker as well, plus there's more of an opening on the walls. Now, the biggest issue with Ford is they are missing these three studs here. Now, these three studs are drilled and tapped on the truck itself. Why they didn't put these 3 in there, I'll never know. Nobody will ever know. You do get your spacers, your studs, everything that you're going to need is going to be in this bag. For all this stuff for the 11 through the 16 F-150s, I will put a link in the description for this and for the other box that I've got here. I have heard that the directions are extremely good, and they go through step by step, torque by torque, for everything that you're going to need to know. We'll do a quick shot of this, just what I wrote down real quick. If you want to pause the video, here's how much it was. $365 for studs, bolts, all the hardware you need, plus the 2 exhaust manifolds. Here's the part number for this particular one here. But like I said, I went to Ford. I asked them if they would put this in for me since it was aftermarket. Now, this is a Ford dealership. They said that they would put this in. Obviously, they can't do anything about the warranty, but I asked them if they had an updated version, and I showed them, and even if you buy exhaust manifolds from Ford, they're still going to be missing these 3 studs here. So definitely don't go to Ford. There's a couple of other brands, but this seems to be the most popular brand that's out there. Like I said, this is where the turbo mounts to, and these 3 holes here, which these would be the most pinnacle other than this one, but since these 2 are missing, this would be the most pinnacle ones that are holding the turbo on. So that's a very big fail from Ford. Now, when you do the exhaust manifolds, you have to take off the turbo. So I will go ahead and shout out to Jags here. Now the only reason I ordered from them is because it was the first time I ordered from them, and they had like if you spend like $100, you get $20 off. If you spend $500 off, you get X. It was something like that. So that's why I actually chose them over anywhere else. I will put this on here real quick as well. It's the same thing. It's $238. Here's the part number. The difference between the part numbers for the exhaust manifolds and the kit here is just the one is a 1 and the other one is a 2. So the part number is the same, other than it's a 1 and a 2. But this is for that. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description for this as well. This is the first time that I'm seeing this. They did give a nice little hat here. They give you a couple stickers here. Looks like a little newspaper. And we'll go ahead and... Now this here is, since you're going to be taking off the exhaust manifold, or the turbo, you don't want to use the same turbo lines. As far as like the coolant lines and stuff. So this is going to be your main thing that is going to leak on at least every, I'll say anything with the oil coolant lines here. Now, this is going to leak over time on, I think, any of the Fords, but especially the 11 through the 16 again. They just get worn out on the inside. Your cooler lines go in there, and they just get worn out. You have some gaskets here. You've got some O-rings. You have some extra bolts. Not extra bolts, but just bolts in general. You've got a little syringe here. I don't know what that's for. Let's carefully. You have these here, which are more studs, but if I'm not mistaken, these are going to be for your exhaust to the turbo itself. Now mine are newer because I've put turbo adapters on mine, but I'm going to use these anyway because the turbo adapter ones have been on there for probably 2 years now. And now let's get into this box. Okay, it looks like it's just the other kit. It's just the second side of the turbo, which is weird. So why wouldn't they put it all in one? Or because they had this section, or the whatever other side, so we'll say the right side, just out in the box and not in a nice little case there. But like I said, your main things are going to be this right here. Definitely going to want to change everything that you can, especially since you went ahead and spent everything. I think, let's see, it was around $600, I believe. It was probably like 2 or 3 days shipping. And yeah, so I'm pretty excited now. It is like 2 days from Christmas, and we are in Ohio, so I don't plan on doing this probably until it at least gets to like 60 or 70 degrees, because this is going to be a very big job. I'm actually going to take off a Friday. So with this here, with this whole big project, I will be doing everything, and we're going to be doing probably a pretty long video of how I'm going to do these. I definitely would recommend you doing a bunch of research. I will put a link in the description of a gentleman that I follow on YouTube quite a bit as well, and he does a great job explaining everything on here because he owns a shop and he does quite a bit of these F-150s. But it's going to be at least a few months until I can get to it. It's probably, what is it, the 23rd of December, a couple days till Christmas, and it's just cold. I mean, it's probably like 40 out right now, and I don't want to work. I don't even want to do oil changes in the wintertime, but you know, they get done every 3,000 to 3,000 miles. But I'm gonna wait till at least 70-degree weather, which will probably be in like 3 to 4 months. You're not going to notice any performance losses or anything. You're just going to get exhaust coming out of the manifold, because if you know anything about turbos, the exhaust is going to spin the turbos, which is going to put more air in. So you're going to lose a little bit of the air that goes into the turbo that spools it up. But you're not going to notice anything unless it obviously gets really, really bad. But I mean, mine were, you know, barely showing. Basically, probably just a gasket width. So I'm not too worried about. Like I said, I'm going to do it in probably like 3 or 4 months. So I'm gonna jump in the truck and we're gonna see if we can get a little noise out of it. All right, we'll see if we can get a little chirp out of it. I don't know if you could hear that, but that one was a pretty decent chirp. I'm pretty cold right now. It's 55 degrees, so that's what you're gonna hear when the exhaust manifold studs are broken off. But if you like the video, hit that like and subscribe. If you have any questions about anything, leave a comment below and I'll get back as soon as I can. Until next time, guys.